Nobody is telling the truth about the problem in Benue and the Middle Belt. And we are wanting to be politically correct by saying, and I saw that in a major statement today, by saying that there is no religion involved in this crisis. Well, a statement today from the office of the SGF, for example, who said it's not about
Secretary to the government.
Yeah, Secretary to the government, who said there is no religion involved in this. There's no ethnicity. It's an economic situation.
And you believe that there is religion and ethnicity?
Of course, I do believe.
But tell us why.
Because this is not the first time. The people of Benue know that they have had an issue of jihadism in the past 100 years, that ended up in Benue. The people who took the jihad, who will never want to end, want to continue that jihad. The last jihad ended up in Benue. I used to joke with my Igbo friends and brothers and said, you know, Christianity is actually stabilized in Igbo land because we stopped the jihad in Benue. And so they want to continue that jihad, and the Benue is the center for them of that jihad. They believe that once they're able to overrun Benue, then they can reach the ocean, as they had always thought. And this is the narrative that nobody wants to talk about. We want to be politically correct, and therefore we are saying, oh well, there's nothing religious about this, or there's actually nothing ethnic about this. You're talking about a people who are going into Benue to massacre people from week to week. And when the matter comes up, they say, oh, well, you know, please try and find reconciliation with the people. When did the Fulanis, who are doing the massacring in Benue, become members of Benue? The state was created in the 70s. The languages that are used on the radio are Tiv, Idoma, Igede, and Etulo. Where is the Fulani community in Benue? And now you are saying reconcile with the people who are there. How do you reconcile with the people whom you do not know? These guys come in the night, they come by river, they come by canoe, they get out of the canoe, they get out and go out and kill people, get back into the canoes and run back. They don't belong to Benue. They hope that continually, by decimating the people who are in the north of the Benue, they will be able to occupy that land, drive them out as they are, kill the people, they destroy the churches, they burn the homes, they take over, they take the people's food and offer to cows, and gradually they are inching into Benue. This is the situation, and that's the story which I like to tell anybody. And it's an unfortunate situation, because I think that the government is taking this matter not as seriously as it should. The same situation we have in Plateau, the same situation we have in Benue. Overrun Plateau, overrun Benue, and then move on. This is a story that must be told, and that story must be told openly, and we don't need to be politically correct. We want to be able to solve a problem. You must get to the root cause of the problem.
Indeed. And so, given what you're saying, although, as you said, the government of the Federation, I mean the SGF's office is disputing that, and so are some other people, what do you expect? I mean, it seems like, based on what you're saying, it's important for President Tinubu to actually go to Benue State and get to the heart of the matter. Because if what you're saying is the heart of the matter, then it's important for him to understand that, because that's the way to solve the problem, isn't it? Precisely.
And this is why I thought it's important for us to put this on the table. And President Tinubu must understand this before he puts petrol on the fire in Benue. Yesterday, the statement that came out from Bayo Onanuga said
that's one of the president's spokesmen.
The president's spokesman said that the people of Benue ought to reconcile among themselves, reconcile with the people who are killing them. Who are these people who are killing them? Do they know them? So how do you reconcile with someone whom you cannot even see?
That's a good point, because I put that point to the governor of Benue State when he was on this program yesterday.
Yeah. So how do you dialogue with someone whom you cannot see? The two of us are dialoguing now. You and I can talk about whatever issues. Those guys, nobody knows them. Nobody knows their address. They come in the night in hundreds. They kill in the night and they go. So the issue that is actually at stake here, which nobody is talking about, and I would like the president to address it. The United Nations is asking him to do so, and the Amnesty International is asking him to do so, and Pope Leo is asking him to do so, is to find out who is doing the massacring of the people, who is doing the killing, and to bring them to justice. Nobody is saying we must bring these people to justice.
So your assumption is that the president doesn't actually understand what is going on?
Precisely. I think he does not understand. He does need to understand the situation that's going on. And if he does not, then he goes in there and he can make a statement or make statements that are going to be inflammatory. They are going to make things worse. I think it's important for us to let the president know that there is a situation on the ground which he needs to understand properly and to address adequately when he's on the ground.
And you mentioned Pope Leo. I mean, he is the Catholic pontiff. Of course, he's the head of your church, the Catholic Church. I mean, he's been offering prayers in supplication over what has happened in Benue State, and his voice does carry a lot of political and moral weight. But I'm wondering whether or not he's getting involved in it because there's a religious, you're saying there's a religious element.
He has information in this regard. He has very clear and strong information in this regard, and that's why I'm saying, he would not want to get into the politics of Nigeria, but he's appealing because he knows that the people who are being massacred are members of his church. In fact, we are hearing that the bulk of the people who were killed in this attack are people who were kept in an IDP camp that is actually run by the Catholic Church. And so when that happens, then immediately through the nunciature and through the church in Nigeria, information gets to Rome, and he does that not only for Nigeria, but for whatever parts of the world where Catholics are affected. He makes appeals, but we are quite happy about this because it was so fast and so sharp, because it was he that actually brought to the awareness of Nigerians the seriousness of what happened in Yellowater, and I think that we're quite pleased with what he has done, and I think he has walking the consciousness of our Nigerian leadership in the political class on what is happening, because how many times have people been killed? There was a time under Otom's government where we buried 97 people. There were 97 corpses that were put together in the stadium in Makurdi, at which we had the mass and had to bury them. This is happening at Christmas. This is happening at Easter. This is happening in the New Year. At periods when Christians are meeting and celebrating, this is when these people strike.
Jesus Christ is the only way, the truth, and life. The only way to the Father is through Jesus. If you don't know Jesus, you don't know God. Come to Christ today. Come to Jesus today. He can save. He can heal. He's there for you. Come to Jesus.